Holding space is about showing up authentically and creating safety in the moments that matter most. From parenting littles to navigating friendships and partnerships, I reframe tantrums, conflicts, and messy feelings as invitations to connection. I'm Julia Clark, a psychotherapist and play therapist with over 30 years of experience walking alongside children, families, and the people who care for them. Each episode explores the building blocks of emotional literacy, co-regulation, and boundaries, while honoring the intergenerational stories we carry within. Blending science with lived wisdom, I believe growth is playful, healing is possible, and we are all learning together. Hi, I'm Julia, and together we're holding space. Today, we're talking about something I get asked a lot. What's the difference between self-regulation and co-regulation? As a personal lover of the Safe and Sound protocol designed by Dr. Stephen Porges to support nervous system regulation and help parents deepen co-regulation, these terms are central to how I show up as a therapist and as a human. Let's start here. Self-regulation is our ability to manage our emotions on our own, to calm ourselves when we're upset, to come back to center after something hard. But here's the catch. Kids don't just magically know how to do that. They have to learn it through co-regulation. And I'll be honest, it's not just kids. For those of us who didn't learn how to name our emotions or regulate as we grew up, we also need the support of safe people as we navigate intense feelings. Co-regulation is when a calm, attuned adult helps another move through a big feeling, not by fixing it, but by being with them in it. The science. A child's nervous system is still developing, and the same is true for adults who've been impacted by trauma. The science. A child's nervous system is still developing, and the same is true for adults who've been impacted by trauma. The prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain that helps manage emotions, doesn't fully mature until the mid to late 20s, sometimes later. So when we say, take a deep breath, or you need to calm down, but we're not calm ourselves, it doesn't work. No one learns to calm down from words alone. We learn from a safe presence of being with another. The calmer we are, the safer the other feels. And that safety helps their nervous system settle. Deepening into the practice. I know this sounds simple, but it can be one of the hardest things to practice, especially when your child is having a meltdown, especially when your partner is overwhelmed, especially when you're tired, feeling burnt out, or carrying your own very big and valid feelings. In those moments, we might want to say, that's enough. Go to your room until you can calm down. Or with your partner, just calm down. It's not a big deal. Or with ourselves, why can't I just get it together? But co-regulation invites us to pause, take a breath, to get low physically and emotionally, to say with our presence, your body is having a big feeling right now. I'm here. We can get through this together. Your calm helps their storm settle. That's co-regulation. And over time, your child, your partner, or even your own inner system begins to internalize that safety. And that becomes the foundation for self-regulation. What this looks like in action. Take a moment with me now. Inhale. Exhale. Notice your body. Is there tension in your shoulders? Is your jaw tight? Is your breath shallow? Sometimes the first step to co-regulating with others is learning to regulate ourselves. It might look like, with your child is screaming because the blue cup is dirty. Frustration rises. You pause, breathe, get low, and say, I see you're really upset. You wanted the blue cup. It's hard when things don't go the way we want. You stay close, breathing with them. Your calm becomes their anchor. With your partner is venting about their day. You notice your urge to interrupt or fix. You soften your shoulders and say, I can hear this was a lot for you today. You hold space for them without jumping to solutions, and they feel seen. With yourself, your to-do list feels endless. Your heart is racing. You place a hand on your chest and remind yourself, this is a lot. I'm allowed to feel overwhelmed. I can take one thing at a time. And your body begins to settle. With your students, one student is trying to focus while their neighbor drums on the desk and hums. You notice the first child's irritation rising. Instead of letting it escalate, you step in calmly. I can see the drumming is starting to bother your neighbor. Let's find another way for that energy to move. You pause, breathe with the student, and suggest, would a quick walk in the hall help you get that energy out so you can come back ready to focus? By validating both students, the one who's irritated and the one who's restless, you de-escalate the moment, settle the room, and model what co-regulation looks like in action. As a therapist, a teen in session shuts down, arms crossed, eyes on the floor. You feel your own worry rise. Instead of pushing, you breathe and say, I can see this feels hard to talk about. I'll just sit here with you for a minute. Your attunement helps them trust that they're not alone. These are small moments, but they're the moments that teach us and those around us how to move through big feelings. Why this matters. Self-regulation doesn't happen in isolation. It's built within the safety of connection. When we co-regulate consistently, children begin to learn it's safe to feel. I'm not alone with my feelings, and my feelings don't make me too much. And the same is true for us. When we allow ourselves to be seen in our moments of overwhelm by a partner, a friend, or even by our own compassionate self, we begin to trust that we can move through hard things with support. In essence, this is what sits at the root of the therapeutic relationship. When a client is met with calm presence instead of judgment, they begin to experience a nervous system safety that may have been missing elsewhere. That safe relationship becomes the model for healing, a space where resilience grows, where the nervous system learns it's safe, and where true connection can take root. This is the foundation for emotional resilience, for nervous system health, and for lasting connection. Let's take another slow, deep breath. Inhale. Exhale. Ask yourself, where in my life could I invite more co-regulation? Where could I pause, breathe, and soften before I respond? Where could I remind myself or someone I love, we'll get through this together? You don't have to get this perfect. It's a practice. And every pause, every breath, every small act of staying present is a brick in the foundation of safety and trust. Self-regulation and co-regulation aren't separate skills. They're deeply entwined. We learn to calm ourselves because someone once calmed us, and we pass that forward every time we pause, breathe, and choose connection over reactivity. So this week, notice the opportunities. Where can you bring your calm into someone else's storm? Where can you allow someone else to be the calm for you? Where can you model connection instead of reactivity? Take one last breath with me. Inhale. Exhale. Feel your feet on the floor, your hand on your heart, and remember, you don't have to do this alone. We learn together, we regulate together, and we heal together. Together, we are holding space. If the content of this podcast really resonated with you and you'd like to go even deeper, I'd love to invite you to step into this work more fully. Beyond the podcast, there are many ways that we can connect. Individual therapy for your child, parent coaching or support for yourself, and deeper I Am sessions that explore intergenerational patterns. Additionally, I also offer webinar workshops and weekend retreats for parents, classes, intensive trainings and supervision for therapists, and large group presentations for educators or school presentations. Each are designed to help us hold space for the next generation of children in safe, attuned, and meaningful ways. You can learn more and explore what fits best for you at clarity.family.